Now going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have Elon Musk. He is now tweeting about Kamala, and he tweets Kamala's communism speech, and it goes viral on X Twitter. Now, this, of course, comes to us thanks to, Elon Musk, and he is replying to a video. And before the video, as what Elon said, can quote, Kamala is quite literally a communist. She wants not merely to equal opportunity, but equal outcomes, which is both evil and mentally vacuous. But I guess we're not too surprised. Hopefully more and more people realize how this will just, don't Venezuela my America, some might say. So without too much further ado, I'll hear what she has to say.
It has to be about a goal of saying everybody should end up in the same place. And since we didn't start in the same place, some folks...
Keep in mind, what was it, 2 weeks ago, she was saying some speech or tweeting something, and she had a necklace that was in the design of a chain, as if she went to Petco or PetSmart and just bought a chain and spray painted it gold. But apparently it was a Tiffany chain worth like $75,000 or so. Was it like $65,000, $75,000 for a necklace? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in fashion. You're saying something, because I've seen 1 or 2 of those rap videos throughout the years, and gold is not a great investment. I mean, it's usually barely keeping up with inflation, 2-3%, get enough financial advice. But yeah, at least with a watch, you could argue that Rolexes over time have increased at a greater percentage than just gold chains. And also, those are more works of art. But yeah, everyone has to end up in the same spot. Also, I have a neck chain that's worth more than a car, worth more than the average income of most Americans make in a year. Yeah.
might
And of course, she won't give up her wealth. That's never how it works.
need more. Equitable distribution. Giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place. So there's a big difference.
I don't know if she's speaking at like a aerospace manufacturer, but it's fascinating. She's sitting on a chair that looks like it was specifically engineered to handle someone like Lizzo. I mean, it looks like an industrial chair, almost out of like maybe an aeroplane. It is a tough chair.
Between equality and equity. Equality.
Well, I'll tell you right now, equality means everyone has equal opportunity. It's beautiful. That's what America founded on. Equity is morally, mentally, evilly vacuous, is evil, and has never ever been worked. Very similar to communism, Marxism. Everyone thinks these ideas are new and fantastical. No, I know they don't teach too much history books in public schools or much at all, but yeah, it's one of those instances where it's never ever ever worked. It's also evil. But again, the uneducated folks will say, oh, it's never truly been tried. Well, you've never truly read a history book, have you?
Equality suggests often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place. As opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place. And if you then understand not everybody started out in the same place, you understand some people need more. So we all end up in the same place, right?
You all live in the pods, you all eat the worms, eat the bugs, you all have the same EV device controlled by the government, so you can't drive far or know or where you want to go. How is this not scaring the crap out of most Americans? Have they not read 1984, the most brilliant book, one of the most brilliant books of all time that was written? I mean, George Orwell is a genius. He's supposed to be warning about this kind of stuff. Fortunately, it looks like evil people used it as a roadmap.
We are proud of the fact that equity is one of our guiding principles. Proud of the fact that we understand equality is important, but not everybody starts out on the same base. We see that people in our country are having an experience that is not equal. So when we talk about the work we are doing here together, it is recognizing that and being guided by this principle of what we must do in the spirit and in the interest of equity. To put equity firmly at the center of our economic policy. But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners.
Interesting that she chose that specific group. Now, this one pretty well got
It has to be.
Oh, terrible. Again, I don't know if Elon calls it a bug or a feature, but they always have the video redo itself as soon as you hover over it again. But what went pretty well. Got 37.8 million views and 342,000. Oh, okay. I thought we could get to 343,000 likes. One of the first comments comes from Paul Zupa, who is mentally vacuous, but an interesting leftist. And again, echo chambers get a little boring. So, of course, in true Luke fashion, he does not address the actual core argument that Elon is saying, or the concerns of communism being the most evil thing on the planet. But Luke still did get 6.3 thousand likes, so we'll read what Luke attempts to say. He says, quote, Elon is currently taking over the Western politics and trying to install America's president who has attacked the U.S. Capitol and was previously abated and embedded in taking power by a hostile foreign enemy of the world and dictator. That man Elon wants to put in the White House is also a traitor, has been convicted of various crimes, and his campaign is being propped up financially by Elon and a handful of other billionaires. He will owe his power and should Elon's push to help install them to work. Mentally vacuous, yes. Again, if you want to look up corruption, look up Act Blue, where all their money is really coming from. Spoiler alert, above investigative reporters looked at the houses and they asked the people who lived there, hey, have you donated all these hundreds of thousands of dollars to this campaign? Oh, you haven't? Fascinating. But I partially digress. Did he get 6.3 thousand likes? Did he get ratioed though? Let's see here. Orange Celian says January 6th imagery doesn't work when your VP candidate let the largest city in his state burn. Getting 497 likes. What was it? Multiple dozens of people died during the George Floyd Summer of Love peace protest riots. Mostly peaceful protests, we were told. Yeah, that one. Yeah. $2 billion worth of property damage. And January 6th, the only person who died was someone that the police killed. Yeah. Let's see here. Martyism says, are you feeling hurt because he is stating the obvious? She's a communist and you know it, getting 360 likes. Going down more and more. Let's see. Not. Yeah. People did a couple of memes of Luke looking even more mentally vacuous than he already is. Going back to the main comments, you have Gunther Eagleman saying, quote, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are both communists, getting 8.4 thousand likes. Gunther Eagleman also says, but why do they want tampons in men's restrooms? I don't get it, getting 4.1 thousand likes, which that was one of Tim's things that he signed off on, was I believe it was for also elementary school boys' rooms. Weird. Oh no, they say the right is weird. Let's see here. Ed Kredenstein, which, how does he make his money? He's got to be paid, but I don't know. He's one of the most leftist folks out there. But I follow him because, again, echo chambers get boring. He says, quote, using this logic, then Donald Trump would certainly be a fascist, getting 4.3 thousand likes. Obviously false, but again, got some likes. Going on, you have Firearms Policy Coalition saying, wonder why she would want to ban free speech and guns, getting 295 likes. Going down more and more. You have, is it Perkles the Great? Here. Zoom on that speech really quick, or that response. Perkles the Great says, quote, equity only works with totalitarianism. Every aspect of life is controlled by the government. The people won't comply and won't fit in, are killed by bullets, starvation, and concentration camp. The numbers are huge because people want freedom and DEI is incompetent. DEI is putting the unqualified in charge. Kamala. Yep. It's fascinating how they get really irate, angry if you mention that, even though she'll probably say she was. And Biden literally said he was going to pick someone based on their race and their gender, or sorry, their race and their gender, which is, again, federally illegal. You can't hire people based on those things. And yet he did it, thereby ensuring that he would not choose the most qualified candidate because he's eliminating resumes right off the bat and eliminating prospective VPs. But we know they don't care about competency. I have a graph that says, or a little infographic saying the truth about socialism, and you have Stalin, and it says 62 million dead. You have Adolf Hitler with 21 million dead. You have Mao at 49 million dead, getting 1.4 thousand likes, which, again, if public schools actually taught history, there'd probably be a lot less Americans who want to lean into communism and socialism, because, again, history book shows every single time it's been tried, it's failed not only miserably, it's been the most evil thing ever with millions of people dying. Scrolling down more and more. The Persistence says, quote, if Trump doesn't win in November, there's no going back. Register and vote and treat this election with urgency it deserves. If you live in Pennsylvania, connect with me. We win PA, we win the White House. Getting 6.1 thousand likes. Maybe 6.2 thousand likes. Oh, no. It wasn't that last one to get to 6.2, but very, very true. Do not complain. If you don't vote, do not come and complain. It takes literally minutes, but can make all the differences in the world. It is quite disappointing that there are, like, you look at the voter turnout in the United States, it's pitiful. It's nowhere near 100%. And again, if you pay taxes, you should be out there voting because, again, it's going to have a big correlation on your on your rights, on your salary, on everything. It's huge implications. It stinks because back in the day, no one cared about who was in DC because the government was so small, it really didn't affect your day-to-day life. Now it affects damn near everything. And don't get me started on how much we pay in taxes, not just income tax, but state income tax, federal income tax, gas tax, internet tax, alcohol tax, tobacco tax, inheritance tax, property tax. I mean, if you look at how much of that dollar you earn every day is really yours, it is heartbreaking. It's because the ineptitudes of the U.S. government getting more and more bloated thanks to, again, the left and the right throughout the years. So get out and vote, and I'll attempt to stay more on track. Now you have Chicago One Ray saying if it's Trump fans or Curtains votes getting 1.6 thousand likes. Jeremy Metz says meet Tim Waltz. It says school teacher arrested. Tim Waltz is pulled over by a Nebraska state trooper for driving a silver Mazda at 96 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. The officer smelled alcohol after Mr. Waltz failed the field sobriety test and preliminary breath test. He was arrested and charged with speeding while driving intoxicated. Tim now spends his life running as vice president, putting tampons in the little boy's room and watching Minnesota be destroyed. There's a picture of him getting 170 likes, which, again, that's obviously not good. It's not smart. It's mentally vacuous, to say the least. I don't think it's going to be a big point of contention that voters are going to care about too much, since one was way back in time. And spoiler alert, Republicans have got caught for doing the same damn thing. It's not good. I think there should be a more cultural stigma around DUIs being unacceptable, have a lot more emphasis on having responsibility when drinking. I don't even think we should actually even try to find a way to. I mean, we shouldn't glorify drinking in general. It really doesn't do much positive for you. But yeah, I mean, I understand this is going viral in terms of the specific DUI tweet. But again, let me know if you think differently. Let me know. But again, I think Bush had the same issue, and you have some politicians who even worse, where they actually consider so I consider they actually were successfully charged with manslaughter because they were inebriated and they actually killed someone, which obviously that's even morally worse. In this case, it looks like he was driving and he was pulled over for speeding. Also, driving a silver Mazda is pretty pathetic as well. Not gonna lie. Unless it was RX-7. Maybe he was street racing. Dun, 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 dun. No, I can't do the Fast and Furious little songs, but I'll go back to the comments. Don't worry. We also have Marjorie Taylor Greene Presley's parody account saying Kamala Harris will turn America into a communist country, getting 5.8 thousand likes. Trump Army says there's only one candidate who can make America great again, and it's Trump. Well, AI was Trump and a lion. It says make America great again, getting 2,000 likes. Going down more and more. Let's see. Cheaty says Elon has never been angrier in his whole life, and we still have 90 days to go, getting 1.8 thousand likes. Yeah, again with the government censorship, and I mean they're gonna target X like there's no tomorrow. I suspect if Kamala wins. Elon Musk parody account says she has changed her position on everything. Least real candidate we've seen in a while, getting 3.1 thousand likes. Yep. Jurgen says, well, Uncle Elon, if Kamala is a communist, Trump is Adolf Hitler 2.0. Rudimentary argument that we've heard for the past 10 years now, nearly. Did get 2.4 thousand likes, so you do have some contrarian statements brewing to the surface. Do one more here. Crazy Moment says Trump 2024 says, make no mistake, they didn't fail to protect him, they failed to kill him. There's a picture of Trump after the attempted assassination, which, yep, never forget the official reason we got after the Secret Service allowed Trump to be shot was, well, we didn't put a counter sniper on the roof because the slope was too high. The grade is too high on that slope. The head of the Secret Service said that with a straight face. It's because the slope of the roof. I don't know anyone with a modicum of intelligence who would actually believe her. Especially because the other counter snipers were on roofs with greater slopes. So yeah, I wouldn't believe that for a second. And it is fascinating to see. I mean, Elon has got more and more culturally involved. I mean, he's one of the most well-known, if not the most well-known person on X Twitter. I'm actually surprised, a little disappointed he doesn't have you automatically followed when you sign up for Twitter. I mean, he should just do that and then just have a parody where he sits in the same desk position that Tom did from MySpace back in the day. That'd be a good April Fool's prank or something. I don't know. That'd make me smile again, a little nostalgia. But let me know, do you think we'll see Elon continue to become more and more involved in politics? And what kind of role could he play? Again, he's already debunked the fact that he's not giving Donald Trump $45 million a month. He has set up his own super PAC. Again, I'm skeptical. I don't think he's going to donate that much, though. For sake of his businesses, I don't think it'd be out of the realm past. I think that'd probably be a good idea. But let me know, do you think he'll continue to be this involved in politics, or do you think he'll lean off as maybe Tesla sales go down? Let me know, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.